Hey guys, I wanted to just come on here, give you a bit of a minor update as to what's going to be going on as far as tomorrow goes. It's not really going to be much of a significance or hindrance as to what's going to happen because of the fact that, my mom's going to be getting off basically about 75 minutes earlier than usual. She usually gets off about 4:30, so right about now she's on the freeway, just getting past the Altamont or going over the Altamont Pass, and coming into the beginning sections of the Central Valley. But anyway, the reason I bring this up is the reason they're letting her off 75 minutes earlier, along with her fellow teachers, is a couple of weeks ago, and I think this was just a little before they had the unexpected 10-day break from the school because of one of the young preschool students being exposed to a family or relatives that were tested positive for COVID. But basically, I think a little before that, they got information on a Friday. Usually they use the second half on a Friday to kind of catch up with things, get things set up for the following week, the following Monday and all that, as well as do a little bit of training here and there. Well, they ended up doing a little bit of instead of doing that, they ended up having somewhat of like an emergency last minute Zoom conference, if you will. And it was through this last minute emergency Zoom conference that they found out that one of their former directors, one of their mentors that had been there almost as long as my mom, at her job, had passed away. And they basically stated, from what my mom told me, that they found out that she had passed away from her sleep, passed away in her sleep, I should say. She had passed away in her sleep, and they weren't sure exactly what happened. They didn't know if anything was wrong with her or anything like that. So it was just, so it just basically came out of nowhere. And they knew that there was going to probably be a memorial, if you will, for her. And this past week, after she went back, I think it was like her second full week back or something like that, she told me that, they were going to be doing a memorial service for this former director, mentor of theirs, tomorrow at 5 o'clock via Zoom. It was going to be a live memorial service via Zoom, and thus, because of that, they are allowing all the teachers, I think all across all the preschools associated with my mom's overall preschool company, to basically be released around 3:15, around the region that is, to go home and watch this on Zoom via computers, laptops, or even their phones. And like I said, this really isn't going to be much of a deal, much of a change, if you will, for tomorrow as far as my channel goes. But what it's probably going to do is just have me start things a little earlier, because usually I get, basically, from what I can tell, almost a 12-hour day. I get a near 12-hour day to myself, all depending on what happens on my mom's end, that is, whether she has a conference they got to do, or she's going out and having a Starbucks with a friend of hers, fellow teacher, whatever the case may be. I usually get a near 12-hour day to myself. And basically, what I was trying to think what I was going to say there. Sorry if I sounded like I spaced out for a second, I do apologize. But what I was trying to say is, because of what's going on tomorrow, as soon as my mom leaves, I usually give about 5-10 minutes, because she might forget something and turn around and come get it or something like that, or call me on the phone and say, hey, I had to turn back because I forgot this, can you bring it out? So I usually give about 5-10 minutes. And basically after that 5-10 minutes, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get up, I'm going to basically get myself ready, overall, get my coffee, get my bed ready, set back up like you see it now, and then probably get myself changed up a little bit. And then I would say between 8 and 10 tomorrow, hopefully get a live stream Topics on My Mind video up and running. And if I do it around 10, I will apologize, first of all, if there's any interruption, because usually by that time, my mom likes to check up on things. That's her first phone call, of checking up on things to see if anything's going on, or to point out something that she may have seen on the home security camera on the outside, to make sure there's, whether or not a dog or a cat, walked onto our lawn and did business, something like that. So I do apologize in advance if that does happen, if I do the live stream around 10 o'clock. But if I do it earlier, hopefully I'll get it done earlier. But anyway, like I said, the reason this is all going to probably be upped earlier, in other words, scheduled earlier than usual, is so that at least by the time, let's say, 6:55 comes around, or 6:50, I'll have enough time between then and I would say close to 4:50 to do what I want to do, which is almost a 10-hour day. And that's pretty much enough time and everything. But by the time 4 o'clock comes around, or by the time, not 4 o'clock, but by the time 5 o'clock comes around, my mom should be here and possibly either having me turn on, she'll either be here, what I'm trying to say, or she'll call me before she leaves to have me set up the computer so that she can watch it on Zoom via the computer, her laptop, if you will, that being the memorial service. But anyway, long story short, and I know I sound like I'm mumbling a little bit, kind of going off the rails. I do apologize. But anyway, I just wanted to come on here because, really when it comes to something like this, you don't really know what to say, especially when you do it unscripted. You don't really know what to say and how to address what's going on, especially to those that, are subscribed to your channel and kind of wonder whether or not you're going to provide content for that day. But anyway, like I said, basically, long story short, it's not going to be much of a significant change. The only change we're going to have, like I said, is things are going to be bumped up a little earlier than usual, most likely, and that's about it. And the reason I say that is because right now, as you can tell, I'm doing a video, walking around doing a video with my GoPro, as you could tell, if you will. And as you can see, the time is about 5:19 Pacific, PM that is. And I'm the only one at home besides my dog. But tomorrow it's going to be a little bit more different because more than likely, my mom's either going to be there watching on her phone, or she's going to be sitting here watching on her phone, or she's going to be watching on this, the Zoom memorial service. So anyway, I just, again, wanted to come on here, let you know about that. Like I said, it's not much of a significant change or alteration, but if any of you that probably do see like the time of my recordings in the background, because of my alarm clock, if you're wondering, why I didn't, upload anything or record anything around that time frame, or why some things are being uploaded or live streamed a lot earlier, that's the reason. So I thought I'd just let you guys know, and that's about it, guys. I do apologize if I was a little all over the place. Like I said, you don't really know what to say when it comes to these kind of things, because it's just, something that, again, it's not that big of a change or that significance of an alteration, but it is something that, I have to deal with, when it comes to living with my parents, my mom, and all that. So again, I just thought I'd let you guys know about it, and let me know what your thoughts are down below. Let me know if you guys have ever had to deal with something like this before as well, and I will talk to you all later. So thank you all, and again, I do apologize if I went all over the place, spaced out a little bit because I was trying to think of what I was going to say next. But again, let me know what your thoughts are, and I am out.